In Brookhaven, you can only join with one account. There's no way to join the game with more than one account. But today, I'm going to test several ways to get clones in Brookhaven. I'm simply going to try ways to duplicate myself, and it will really be several methods. So for that, I called my friend who's going to help me do this, because I'm going to test different ways to clone myself specifically free. And to test the first way of duplicating, I'm going to need his help. He said, I'll have to copy your avatar, right? And he was right. He has to copy my avatar, because he's going to pretend to be me. So he's changing his character, and suddenly he ended up getting skinny. But I live in a very realistic city, where everything here is really realistic. So I want to scare these players. This player here is even placing several toilets in his house for some reason. He's starting to look like me, because he put on the same shirt and pants. Now he added the glasses, the hair, and he just needs to change his face and remove his hat. Perfect! Now he looks like me, and my friend is basically identical to me, and we have to scare the players. So I'm getting into my car, and he came here too. And there's a taxi right here. So my friend is going to have to call a taxi to scare this player. But I'm going to this house. And he said, wait, you call the taxi and ask to go to the abandoned house. Look, I don't know why he wants to do this, but now he's coming to the front, and he just passed by the crazy player. Because this player here really likes toilets, but I still don't understand what my friend is doing. Apparently he's going under the plane, but I'm going to take the opportunity and just call the taxi. So I'm getting here, and I need him to take me to a very specific place. He said, get in, where do you want to go? And guys, I want to go to the abandoned house, and I need him to go to that one. I said, abandoned house. And that's very simple. Now he's finally coming up front, because he's taking me to this location. And this is really going to be important. Now he's arriving here, but I don't know what idea my friend had. I don't know why my friend wants to come to this place, literally to the abandoned house. But now he brought me here, and he really helped me a lot, and he finally left this place and is coming up front, going back to the start of the game. But my friend is passing right over there, and he's simply using an avatar. The taxi even stopped and noticed that something happened, and now he picked up binoculars and is watching it, especially because my friend is right there in front, literally using an avatar. But guys, I'm going to teleport right into this house, and as soon as he comes back here, he'll get even more scared, realizing that I duplicated myself and glitched in this part. Now he's finally coming back here to the place where he was, because there are many there. So now he's arriving here, but I think he just realized that I'm here, because he got out of the car and is looking at me again. He's really confused, not knowing how I got here. But now he's coming to talk to me, so I'm going to teleport, because he can't find out that this is fake. He doesn't know where I am. He's just really confused. And suddenly, he left the game. His car was deleted, and he disappeared from here too. He really got super scared. Even my friend showed up here, and the idea he had was genius. He said, now who are we going to scare? Well, actually, I need to test another way to add more profiles in Roblox. I want to test a way to join with more accounts in Brookhaven and duplicate myself in the game without needing my friend's help, even though he's the one helping me do this. But right here, there are these two players who are basically using the bathroom. He said, I'm going to sleep because I'm sleepy. And I don't know how he's sleepy in the game, but even the other player stood up, and he said, I didn't ask. And now he ran away from here. This player is really weird. He's even coming to this house and literally broke into it. I don't think the owner of the house will be happy knowing there's a player invading their home. But now, this player is coming right here, and he's back in his house, and basically now he's going to the bedroom, and it looks like this is the room where he's just going to sleep. But what he doesn't know is that both of us are getting here, and I'm bringing my friend right to this spot. He's going to have to climb up the window and show up the moment I ask, because first, I have to get inside. But guys, we can see a friend there. I said, stay a little bit away from the window, and he has to step back a little to avoid any problems. But now, I'm coming up front, because I need to scare this player. Perfect! I showed up here, and he immediately stood up and banned me from the house. He really thought he just solved the problem. But what he doesn't know is that my friend appeared right here, and he's literally using my avatar. And now the player finally noticed it. He said, how did you come back so fast? But actually, I didn't come back. I'm literally at the start of the game. But now I've arrived right here to scare this player, because it looks like he's about to leave. He's basically heading downstairs, and now he finally saw me and just realized that I'm here. I really don't think he's very happy. He said, if you don't leave, I'm going to call my friend Carlos. Look, I don't know who he's talking about, but I don't think this person is going to help you, and I also don't know who he's talking about. He said, you asked for it, say goodbye. Now he went back into his house, and I really don't know what he's talking about. My friend even showed up over there and is watching all this, and he also doesn't know what just happened. Nobody really knows what this player is talking about. But a player came out of that house, and it looks like he's coming to talk to me. I don't know who this player is. He said, I'm Carlos, and you're going to learn to never mess with my friend. Look, I don't know what he's talking about. Now he grabbed an axe, but I'm not afraid of axes, because they don't do anything. He grabbed this item, and maybe that's a problem, because now he's going to try to hit me. So I'm running away from here, and you can see that he really tried to hit me. But I'm going back to my house, and this player is coming after me. I literally didn't do anything to him, and even so he came here. But this door is the best door ever, because even if he tries to hit me, he won't be able to at all. He's trying to hit me and can't. His effort didn't work at all. He won't be able to get inside here. He said, I won't be able to, but he will. Look, I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm looking back here, and his friend just arrived, and now he's aiming that item. This player even grabbed an axe and is breaking the door. This is really bad. Both of them arrived right here, and I don't know what I'm going to do in Roblox. I said, I didn't do anything. Someone copied my avatar, and the person who copied my avatar is right here. He's watching what's happening, and it looks like they realized it. They saw that there really is a player here who looks like me in Roblox. But now both of us went back to normal, and I'm using a normal avatar, and my friend also went back to normal. This player even came over here and is watching what happened. He said, so you lied to us. There was never a copy of you. Look, I just lied. This whole time I was the one who got banned from his house, and actually my friend just stayed on the roof. He's even watching here. He said it was all his idea. Now he ran away from here, and that's really bad. Now both of them are getting here, and they're staring at me, and he said, I forgive you. You're a noob, but a good one. Guys, he just called me a noob, and for some reason there's a hero coming up front, and he's literally a hero who came here to film a movie. So I have to really duplicate myself to simply scare that player. Now the two brothers left, and they really forgave me for breaking into their house. But I'm watching up front, and my friend is right there, and I'm not going to forgive my friend. Now he's coming here running, but what he did is unforgivable. He literally left me so the players would fight with me. But now he finally came back here, and he said it was all strategy. If I had stayed, they would have gone after both of us. But guys, I'm sure he's lying. So now I'm getting into my car, because I'm going to test the second way to log in with more than one profile. And for that, I'm heading up front, and I almost flipped my car by accident. Now you can see that the toilet player is coming back again, and to this day I don't know why he placed so many toilets. But the second way to log in with more than one profile is actually really easy. I'll have to download the Microsoft version of Roblox, which will let me log in with more than one profile. Perfect! I logged in with another profile, and you can see he's right here. This is literally my other Roblox account, and everything worked out great. My friend said, is that you? Look, it's simply my secondary profile. In case you don't know, the profile on the right is this one here, and the one on the left is the other profile. Literally my secondary account. But I'm going to carry him in Roblox, and now here on the left I'll have to click this button, and I'm simply carrying myself. That means I can go wherever I want. He said, do the bug where you leave the game. But guys, I don't know if I should do that, because in case you don't know, there's a bug where if I leave Roblox while I'm carrying my other profile, something really weird happens. But I'm going to leave the game, and now I just got back here, and I have to carry my profile again. So I'll press this button on the left, and now I'm carrying myself, and I'll press this button on the left again. And you can see that I'm totally glitched. I'm just walking crooked. He said, drive a car to see what happens. Look, if I simply drive a car, a really weird bug is going to happen. It's the craziest bug ever. But my other profile is back here, and I can also use the animations on the right, and that profile will do the animations. I can even dance, and this is really strange, because there's a profile dancing back here. But I'm going to grab a car on the right, and if I get in, the car is going to get completely glitched. Even my friend showed up here, and he's just recording this. Actually, he's taking a bunch of pictures. But I want him to send me those pictures so I can see how this turned out. He sent the photo, and honestly, it didn't turn out very good. Actually, it turned out horrible. But if I go to this other profile, the one behind my character, and use a specific animation on the right, you can see that the car gets totally bugged. The car is just dancing in a way it never should. It looks like the car is doing a dance. And this is really weird. The car is just moving, and I can't stop the Roblox car from moving. Now I just left here, but my friend is staring at me, and he said, if someone drives a car past here, get in their car. And there's actually a player passing by, and I'm going to get in his car. You can see that his car is really glitched. He just can't drive it. His car is dancing in a super weird way. He must be really mad. He even got out of the car, but it's still moving. He said, stop that. I don't like dancing cars. Guys, this car is dancing right here, but now I got out of the car, and finally he can drive it again. He's coming up front, but what he doesn't know is that this time I'm going to use the lay down animation on the right. I'm just lying down on the ground. Now the player is coming up front, standing right here, and for some reason he's using this item. Now my friend is carrying me, and he's basically taking me up front so I can get into the player's car. But my friend is almost falling on the ground. Now we're finally getting up front, while the player is busy using that Brookhaven item. Perfect! We got here, and now his car is totally glitched. He just realized it, and he really doesn't know what's going on. But the car is flying, and it can't go back to normal. So I'm going to use another animation on the right to see what happens to his car. And this player simply has no idea what's going on, because his car is super glitched. But now he can finally drive it. He's trying to drive, but actually he can't. So I'm going to get out of the car, and now he finally left. But I'm sure he's really happy that he managed to get out of here. He's even coming up front now. Now I want to test another way to log in with more profiles on Roblox, because I want to do a giant bug. I want to carry 3 profiles at the same time. But my friend is looking at me, and he said, but I'm here. Can I carry you? Guys, this is true. My friend will have to carry me. But now he's going to have to leave Roblox to do the bug, and it really looks like he left the game. And now he finally came back, and he's carrying me. So I just dropped him, and you can see that he can't move. Now he got this car, and I can literally move the character. You can see I'm coming up front, and this is super bugged. Now I have 2 profiles up here, and each of them has to use a different animation. On the right, I'll choose one animation. Perfect. I'm using the animation. And on this other profile up here, I'll use a different one. And you can see this is really glitched. My friend can't move his car because it's super bugged. Now I'm going to teleport in Roblox, but I'll have to log out of this profile for everything to finally go back to normal. But actually, I can drive this car because of my character in Roblox. So I'm going to teleport, and I can go anywhere I want. I'm literally the one moving the car. My friend said, "How are you able to move the car?" Look, I have no idea either. I just know I can move it. Now I'm going back to the beginning of the game, and I finally managed to return to normal. But another way to log in with 2 accounts is basically logging into one account on the computer and another account on your phone. And actually, that's the easiest way to do this. Even my friend said, it's literally the easiest way. And that's true, but for some reason there are a bunch of soldiers in the neighborhood showing up everywhere. And I want to know what's going on and why there are so many soldiers. He said, it's because I wanted to. Now get out of here. And apparently I got banned. I'm literally banned from his house just because I asked something. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button. I'll add you on Roblox.